Happy New Year. Happy 2018 to everyone. What a glorious year it will be. And this year is glorious and anointed in the years to come. It's glorious and anointing. I believe that the thickness of God's glory and the weight of his power carry on. So I'm excited. I'm excited about my subscribers and those that are reaching out and tuning in to these clips that I'll be sharing and uploading. I got so much good stuff and so much power driven things to release and to give to you. But there's a dear heart. Someone reached out in a minor concern, and it touched my heart because I've been there. And I know how it is for the church to be shouting and going on into glory, and everybody's excited. But sometimes the households are still out of order and things are not aligned up. And so while some people are crossing over with no baggage, some people are still coming into the new year with baggage. And I've did that for many years. But the grace of God and the mercy of God has always sustained every season in my life. He's going to be there. He's going to sustain you. He's going to give you mercy. He's going to give you grace. So I'm going to speak to you for a few minutes about the unequally yoked connections, relationships, marriages, and all sorts of things that you're connected to that's unequally yoked. And that's the concern for this dear heart. So I'm going to go right into 2 Corinthians 6 and 14. It says, "Do not be yoked together with the unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" So with the unequally yoked, I'm going to speak first about the friendships for 2018. Unequally yoked friendships. Those friendships that you're trying to make happen and keep together. You're trying to seal something together that the Lord is trying to break loose. And in fact, the unequally yoked, he's trying to free two people. He's trying to free you and the other individual. Because there are two choices that's being made in that season. And with the friendship, there's always a part of somebody that want to go in one direction, but there's somebody else trying to go in a total different direction. That's unequally yoked. There's two people that's trying to do something and make it happen, and they're not in an agreement. They're not even walking together. But sometimes we don't know how to disconnect. We don't know how to let things go and be at peace with it. But I believe that 2018 is the year for the mature, for somebody in this situation to make the decision that you may don't go out anymore. You may have no desire to be in the streets. You may don't want to get dressed on Fridays going, and Saturdays you got to get back up and get dressed again, and then you got to go into all these stores and find outfits, and you need money to get in where you're going, and you may be done with that. This may be your year where you're done. And those will still run. They'll keep going. And it's okay. Because they're only going in a different direction. Unequally yoked is just people going in different directions. It's not the end of the world. And your life is just not cursed behind it. But you are wasting momentum time in your own life with going in the wrong direction with somebody else. I want to talk about the date ships. We all may grab a date. Let's go on a date. Let's have group dates. Let's see if I like him or he like me, or I want to fill this area out. It don't take long to figure out where people are going. People let you know where they're going. People meet me, and within 5 minutes, I'm correcting everything about them. So they already knowing, well, this girl is a girl that's going to do everything right. She going to correct you. She going to try to put Jesus in your life. She don't curse. She ain't all out there. And you can't get to her house. You don't know where she live. So people already meet me, and within 5 minutes, they already know, okay, this is the way she has herself put together. And so at that moment, that person can decide, no, I can't do this with her. I can't do this with him. I just can't. And it doesn't matter how somebody look or how bad you want to be in something with somebody. When you know instantly that it's just not going to work, that's the best. That's when you can make peace with that thing. That's when you can be mature and tell yourself, I'm not going to even invest any more day, energy, or time with this because it's not going to work. And when you make that mature decision, there's a power that comes and help you to cross into your next. Go ahead and move forward into where you're going. So this year on your dates, for all you single people, for us, glory be to God, don't invest a lot of time in going nowhere this year. Don't invest a lot of energy in wrong direction. It's okay. Because like I said, you're going to figure it out instant. And that's the mature. Now, if you're immature, you're going to overlook what you see and know. And you're going to ignore all the facts that's there. And then you're going to get along. You're going to go along to get along. And you're going to find yourself just doing that until a cycle begins. And then when a cycle begins, confusion gets in, arguments gets in, and then two people are trying to agree that was never going to agree in the first place. So I'm just trying to release you because it's something called moving forward. But I understand moving forward is a decision. It's how you move forward. It's what you do to move forward. And life has a lot to do with who you're connected to in doing that. And the courtship and the marriages. This is for the unequally yoked. I was unequally yoked for 15 years. I was well counseled by pastors going into the situation. And I was deeply counseled after the marriage. Deeply. I consider my marriage, excuse me, as a wonderful experience. Wonderful experience. I believe that experience has well equipped me to be talking live to you right now. To a point that when the believer and the unbeliever comes together and seal it in a covenant, there is something called a nightmare, a daymare. There's something called a disaster that's getting ready to happen. And it's uncontrollable. You don't know when it's going to happen. Unequally yoked marriages have an outburst of disasters. They have unprecedented, unpredictable, different nightmare situations that you don't even see coming. All you know is you went to sleep and all of a sudden things start to happen. You're walking with somebody and it's never tangible. It's never agreeable. And most of the time, the believer is the one that got to make the peace, and live in the grace of God and be sustained in the grace of God. And I'm going to tell you about being unequally yoked. If the unbeliever leaves, that's a blessing because it frees your life. It frees you. And that's similar to what had happened in my situation. But more so with the unequally yoked, being that now I am divorced. What happened? Two people went in their directions. That's what it's all about. Get in your lane, stay in your lane, and go in your direction. And so with the marriages, I want to encourage that this is the year. I'm going to decree it over your life. I'm going to decree it in your marriage, in your home. This is the year for the decision in your home, the decision in your marriage, the decision in your engagement, the decision with the man and the woman of God, of those that's getting ready to make a life decision of being married. What is marriage? Marriage means you are uniting yourself as one to be a life partner. A life partner. That means a person that you're with, you got to do life with. Everything. Everything you do, you have to do it with that partner. And so the unequally one will always be the one that goes against the grain, goes against the grain, goes against the grain. Only because this person is designed to go in another direction. That's it. We can't curse people. We can't call people devils. We can't say they possessed. He don't want God. She don't want God. She a witch. Stop it. Nobody is witches. Nobody are possessed. People need to stay in their lane and go in their directions. People need to make peace. That this is not our direction. We're not going in the same direction. So this is the year that the decision will be made. And it will be a decision of peace. Because when unequally yoked, and then there's an outburst of distraction and torment in your home, there is no peace. There is no peace. And Jesus knows if I don't have peace, I can't sleep, I can't eat, I can't think, I can't do nothing. You can't either. Glory be to God. This is the year that somebody gonna have to make the decision, but nobody wants to talk about it. So do not waste the next 12 months with the fantasy and dream in your head that's never gonna be a reality. Set your own self free. Nobody is being deceived this year. Everything is out in the open. That's one of my favorite old school songs. Everything is out in the open. So you take your partner, you take your husband, you take your wife's hand today. If they're not there with you and they walked, you release the prayer today, the prayer of the decision. And you tell the Lord, you're ready. You're ready. Because the unbeliever, the unequally yoked one, can decide to be with you. That's a beautiful thing. Glory be to God. They can decide that they're going to love you, respect you, and have peace with you every day. Every day. Because you are a beautiful being. You're wonderfully and beautifully made. Man or woman, they can come up beside you and walk in a peace with you like none other. They ain't got to be sanctified, preaching, falling out everywhere. They can be humble unto God. And He will supply the love to them to give to you. But they have to be open. They have to be open to it. So I'm going to wrap this up. My company is coming, and my son dog is letting us know they're here. And I want to read to you Hebrews 4:16. Let us then with confidence draw near to the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in a time of need. So draw near to the grace. Draw near, but have an open heart, dear one. An open heart to the surprise that God has for you. Do you hear me? He has a surprise for you. When you get to the throne of grace, He's going to surprise you. He's going to tell you the truth. But He's going to kiss you. And He's going to say, let me share my surprise. And that surprise will be peaceable. Whether that loved one come back or go in thy direction. Let the Lord figure it out with you. Do not figure it out on your own. God bless you. Always love and peace.